This is a story about how starting a YouTube channel and growing it to 1,300 subs completely changed my life. In this video, I'm going to share with you the story as to how or why I quit my 9 to 5 to post one video a week. Now, leading up to me starting a YouTube channel, I had no prior skills in front of a camera. So right now you see I have this notes on the side of my screen to make sure that I don't miss any points that I want to talk in this video. When I quit my job, I also had no clear path as to how I was able to monetize this or grow this into an actual business. And I didn't know if or how I was going to go viral. But what I did know is that I wanted to post one video a week. So before I tell you how it transformed my life, I want to give you a little bit of context and tell you about how we got to this. Let's backtrack to 2015 to about 2020. That's when I was in university and I graduated with an electrical engineering degree. But before I even graduated, I knew that I didn't want to be an electrical engineer. I just knew that I didn't fit in. So on one hand, I felt like I was just too artistic for engineering. I like photography, I like drawing, painting. Growing up, I remember like on a piece of paper drawing the skyline of a city or designing like a car or something like that. I just knew that I was artistic. I like building websites, all this stuff, but I just felt like this was not really related to what I was doing with my engineering degree. On the other hand, however, I felt like I was too analytical for the creative world. So as I already mentioned, I like taking photos, and I remember this day that I went to the photography club. Everyone had to present their photos. I presented my photos as well. Everyone else's photos were like very abstract. They had meaning. They were very like artistic. And when it came time to present mine, I emphasized on the fact that I had spent a lot of time making them very like perfect, like technical with the right composition, the editing that I had applied on these photos. And at the end, I remember the instructor said, "Your photos are too analytical. You need to loosen up." And that's when I knew like my definition of what photography was different from what people used to say what photography was. So on the one hand, I was too artistic for engineering, and on the other hand, I was too analytical for the creative world. I just felt like I didn't fit in. And in your case, you might resonate with some of this as well. Anyways, when I graduated, most of my engineering friends got jobs in engineering positions, but I landed a remote job for a customer service. Like the first job that I could find, which was in customer service, I took this job. And you might be thinking, why would you do this? The reason why is because since growing up, and especially while I was doing my engineering degree, I knew that I wanted to do something for myself. I didn't know exactly what this would look like. I didn't know if it was like starting a business or becoming a freelancer, becoming an influencer, content creator, but I just knew that I didn't want to work a 9 to 5, specifically in engineering as well. I tried a bunch of different business models. I graduated in 2021, and I remember I lost a bunch of money trying to trade stocks. I tried starting a cleaning business. I started trying dropshipping, which I might talk in different videos, but none of these businesses really get me anywhere. Like I didn't get any success from this business. I started a marketing agency that didn't work out. And afterwards, the next thing that I tried was building websites for businesses. So I was still trying to get this to be my business and trying to do this while still working that 9 to 5 that I hated. You may be wondering, why did you stay in this mediocre position? And the reason why is this position was a remote position, which allowed me to have more flexibility, not have to commute or any of that stuff, and have more time to work on my own business. I think at the time my friends must be scratching their heads like, what the hell are you doing with an engineering degree working in like customer service? To this day, actually, being fully transparent, none of my friends know that I have a YouTube channel, just my family. But what I did see is that some of these friends or classmates, because they actually wanted to be engineers, they landed like high paying positions. They were getting promotions. I know people that are working in Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, getting promotions, getting good money, all this stuff, all while I was stuck in a low paying job in customer service. So that's just how it was between 2021 to the end of 2023. In the beginning of 2024, I was 27 and I felt the pressure of like, I was literally wasting my 20s. I was kind of afraid of turning 30 and just feeling like my 20s were a complete waste because I had no direction, no clarity. And in the job, I felt like I was being micromanaged, doing stuff that was not really fulfilling. I felt stuck doing the same task like over and over, kind of like a robot. And even though I was still trying to grow this business around my 9 to 5, trying to build websites for clients, it just didn't get any success. I was like selling websites maybe for like $100, $500. Maybe a friend needed a website and I would just do it for free in the hopes that in the future I would get a referral, which that didn't really happen. And I remember debating daily whether or not I should just quit this job and go on my business full time. Like literally, I remember having these conversations with myself, with my brother, like calling him saying, I just don't know if I should quit this job. I hate this. but I have no idea how to grow this business. Something that happened though in January 2024 is that I decided to start posting videos about my web design journey. And the hope was that it was help me get more clients. At the time, the way that I was trying to get clients was a lot of like cold outreach. So cold calling clients, sending DMs, emails, but that really didn't work at all. Even if I did get somebody on a call, like that, honestly, most of the times I'll have to convince them, trying to get them to sign as clients, and that just wouldn't happen. Anyways, I posted this one video and nothing happened. However, I decided to stay committed to posting one video every single week, and I just wanted to see how long can I do this and if this is even gonna get me any results. February came around, February 2024, and I was still posting one video a week about my web design skills. And the way that I thought about it is, what are videos that my younger self would appreciate, like in their journey to build websites? So I knew how to build websites, but I just didn't know how to get clients. So I was just making videos about web design in general. So it would be tutorials, like mistakes to avoid, just essentially providing a bunch of free value. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to create a product, like a few website templates. If somebody wants to buy them, I'll just put a link on the description of the video. And at the time I had like 300 subs, and I was like, you know what, like I wonder how much I have to grow in order to get my first sale. At the time, I remember some of these videos were very awkward. I had even less like ability to talk in front of the camera. I didn't know how to edit or make videos, so they were very low quality. But something crazy that happened during February is that one day I woke up, saw a notification on my phone that said I had a sale for $97. So those templates that I had put a link on, hoping that in the future somebody would buy, somebody had actually bought on that same month. And the crazy thing is that even though I only had 300 subs, one person in the entire world had actually chosen to watch my videos, not only watch the videos, but bought a product from me as well. And this blew my mind, and still is like so crazy to think about it. This person was from Australia, and like because they bought at like 4 a.m. and I could see their stats and everything. So it was just crazy to me that I had been able to make money from somebody across the world, that they had liked my services and decided to make a purchase from my store. This gave me even more fuel to keep posting videos, showing up, trying to learn how to make better videos and all this stuff. And in March, when I had around 600 subscribers, even though I was not getting like many sales or many results still, it was very sporadic. Like maybe one week I would get like 2 sales, next week I would get like no sales at all. And these are like $97 sales. So it's not like I'm making a bunch of money. But anyways, the channel was slowly growing. So I decided to quit my job. I had been thinking about it for like over 6 months daily, just like a mental struggle, trying to decide if I should do it or not. Eventually I knew that this was the time to do it. I was still in my 20s. I had no family responsibilities yet. And if I didn't do this, I would forever like have this as a regret, wondering what would have happened if I quit my job and went all in my business. The way that I was going to go about it is give myself 3 months. So even if in 3 months I made no money, but in the third month I was able to like make something to at least pay my bills, then I would just keep going at it. And if not, I would just land a job. I go find a new job. Looking back, like I don't know if that's something that I would recommend myself or recommend even to you, but it all really depends on how much risk you're willing to take, if you have any savings, what your monthly expenses are, if you have a family. Like as I mentioned, like I had no responsibility, so it felt like something that I was much more willing to take at the time. Anyways, May 2024 came around, and it'd been 2 months since I had quit my job. At the time, I had grown from 600 subs to 1,300 subs. I started becoming better on camera, learning more about video editing and all this stuff. And I posted this one video that completely changed the trajectory of my web design agency, or how I even thought about YouTube in general. So much to the point that not only I was able to match what I was previously making before I quit my job, but I made more. And it's not so much that this video got like hundreds of thousands of views or any of that stuff. Literally it got like maybe 1,000 views at the time, but it completely changed my perspective about how I could actually grow a business off the back of YouTube. So from that point onward, I stuck even more committed than ever to posting videos, providing value, growing an audience, and offering a product that would help them in some sort of way. I took the conscious decision to build a business on YouTube and not just build an audience or like a fan base or any of that stuff. I realized that I didn't have to go viral. I just needed to make videos that were specifically solving a problem for a specific person. And then after providing so much value, if I had something to offer more to them, if it's something that they needed, they would just go ahead and buy my products. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if I fast forward to today, I feel more clear and aligned as to what I actually want to do for the rest of my 20s. I'm 28 right now. I no longer fear turning 30 and feeling like it was a waste. I took the chance and made it happen, which is something that I'm proud of myself. I became more confident, not only like making videos in front of the camera, but overall in general, being somebody that knows that can take action. And like, even though something might not seem straightforward in the beginning, just by staying consistent, you might achieve it eventually. And I was able to build a sustainable business, which is crazy to think about the fact that this skill that I had, which was web design, which in the past I wasn't able to monetize. Now, because of the fact that I did have a YouTube channel and was making strategic videos for my specific avatar, specific person that I wanted to help, was now actually allowing me to monetize that skill. So it's something that still to this day completely blows my mind. It's kind of like an invitation. If right now you have a skill, a service, a product, an offer that you know can help people, but you just don't know how you can get clients or grow your business, starting that YouTube channel or going all in on it, I'm not saying I quit your job, but be more dedicated towards it, might be the clue or the unlock to growing it into something meaningful and allows you to grow a business. Ultimately, what I came to realize is that it's not so much about the money. Like running a business, especially on YouTube, it's not like it's going to be like a straight up. It's kind of like a roller coaster. Yes, there's highs, but there's also lows where you question your decisions. You question if even quitting your job or starting a YouTube channel was the right thing in the first place. But overall, in aggregate, it's something that has been definitely the right decision for myself. I feel like I have way more control. And the thing about starting this YouTube business is not so much about like, oh, making money to buy cars or any of that stuff. Like, that's not really my point right now. My point is, again, the freedom and control. Earlier today, I went on a walk around my neighborhood before I filmed this video, and I only saw two people outside in their front yards. The first person was like an old person, like in their 70s. So he is, of course, retired. The second person that I saw was a woman in like their 50s watering their plants in like a very nice, fancy house. So maybe she's a stay-at-home wife. The husband has a high-paying job, whatever it may be, a business. But that's it. I didn't see anyone else, let alone anyone my age. So I just felt very blessed, and I had this sense of gratitude for the fact that I've been able to, with consistency, build this business on YouTube that allowed me to literally, something as simple as take a walk at like 10, 11 a.m. when everyone else is working or at school. Or even sometimes what I do is I'm just working and I get a craving to go drive and get a smoothie. Something as small, as simple as that, where I don't need to ask for permission. I don't need to ask like a boss or any of that stuff. I just have, like, if I want to do it, I go and do it. Since I quit my job, I've been able to go on 2 trips, and the cool thing is not having to ask a boss for time off or any of that stuff. That's something that I really value as well. Just the fact that I don't feel micromanaged by a boss. I am my own boss. Doing work that is meaningful. Like before, I used to do things that I thought were pointless, like repetitive, and like I didn't see any purpose or meaning behind them. That alone has made this journey so worth it. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you're serious now and want to take it to the next level, main key takeaway is that you don't need a big audience. I was able to replace my income with 1,300 subscribers, and it completely changed my life because of the fact that no longer do I have to go back to a 9 to 5. And the thing that is important is documenting a skill, knowledge, expertise online so you can bring income about it. So you provide value, and in exchange, if somebody wants to get more value out of you, you have those products, those services that you can offer to them and help them solve even more problems in their own life. Again, in my case specifically, I build websites. So if a business owner needs a website, they watch my content, they can do it all themselves for free because I show them tutorials, step-by-steps, and all that stuff. But if somebody does want me to build them their own website, they can go book a call with myself, buy one of my website templates, whatever it may be. My last key takeaway is that YouTube is a long game, but if you stay consistent and you show up every single day, it might change your life how it did to me. Reflecting as I was making this video, I just can't seem to find any other feeling but like gratitude. Like, it's so scary because like every month it's like you're on your own boss. Like, you decide, like if you take action, you do the right type of videos, you are going to either make the money or not. But overall, I just feel very excited and proud of what I've been able to accomplish. And I have this hat that I bought from Calling on Samir. Press, publish is now a motto that completely changed my life. If you have that video that you've been wanting to post, just publish it. You never know what might happen. Most likely than not, you might not get that many views, but if you stay consistent, you never know where you might end up or where 1,300 subs might take you. So that is how starting a YouTube channel and growing it to 1,300 subs completely changed my life. If you're curious to know how I've built a $20,000 a month business on YouTube, you can click this video right here. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I actually did this with actual steps. But with that, I'll see you in my next video.